After being in the esports industry for 20 plus years, one of the things that I learned early on was the idea of APIs. And a lot of people don't know what API even means. So an API is an application programming interface. It has the word programming in it. I don't think most people know that. It's not just something that plugs and plays. You don't download an app. So in the esports world, we took our platform and plugged it into APIs, but we had to do a lot of programming to make that work. So now in the family entertainment industry, looking back on our experience integrating APIs for the esports industry, we meet folks that are setting up their first time FEC, or they already have one. Now let's just take for an example, they've got $1 million in a bowling installation. They have $350,000 laser tag installation. They have a $500,000 arcade setup, or even higher. They have a $500,000 restaurant build out. They have $500,000 go-kart set up, and maybe a $250,000 axe throwing, right? 6 things they've set up in their family entertainment center. In the sales process with each of these companies, what do the salespeople say? Oh yeah, our system works with all of those systems. We have an API, right? We have APIs that will connect. We have our systems will talk to each other. You don't really understand what that is, that application programming interface, until they're there setting it up. Now they're building it out. They built out your bowling part, right? It's all set up and ready to go. You're like, cool. So how do I sell an arcade card in the restaurant? And they're like, well, I don't do the arcade system. We do the restaurant software. But you said you had APIs. I don't understand. You're like, yeah, we'll give you our APIs. Cool. Give me your APIs. It's not like a widget or a downloadable app or something that you just connect together. Like you have to know how to program to make that API from that vendor talk to an API from another vendor. So now we have 6 systems you've set up, right? Bowling, laser tag, arcade, restaurant, go-karts, axe throwing, 6 systems. We're going to set all of those things up. That's 15 data pipes between all those systems to make them all talk to each other. You're going to hire a programmer, you yourself a programmer. Well, how are you going to get all these things to talk to each other, right? How do I check to see if the waiver in the go-kart system will work for the waiver in the axe throwing system? How can I get a discount in the restaurant when I have a good score in bowling? There's 1,000 questions you start asking. Why don't these things talk to each other? Well, simply because these folks are really good at what they do, right? They're really good at laser tag, and their laser tag system's awesome. But they're not going to spend their time programming their system to work with another system. You're not going to hire them to do that, right? Like, the bowling people are not going to go out and say, cool, I'm going to build a laser tag platform. Or the restaurant platform's not going to go out and say, let me go build some axe throwing software for you, right? All right, so now you're stuck. What am I going to do? How does the customer make an account in your venue? How does that travel through the data, travel through all those different systems, right? Now you're stuck. You're like, okay, I bought all of these expensive things, and I'm stuck with 6 screens on my front counter. Got my bowling screen, I got my laser tag screen, got my axe throwing screen. This really cool axe throwing software, you need to download their app, right? To get into the deep gamification of that axe throwing software. Or this really cool laser tag system over here, right? How do I get that connected with the people that maybe have a lot of bowling experience, or they're in the arcade earning tickets? How do all those things connect together? That's where we come in at Diverted River. We're integrated platform as a service. You can look it up on the internet. It's called iPass. Our goal is to make it where a venue operator has a central platform they own and they control right in the middle, so that those 6 things just have one connections into their platform each, right? Not 15 data pipes between all 6 systems, but one from each of those systems that we do the programming and translating of each of those systems into your platform. So our platform creates the venue's user journey. That's for back office reporting and the front of the house for the consumer. So everything, for example, could become redemption. You could have everything in your venue become redemption. You could have purchases all made in one place. So now you have one point of sale. Not that there's not a point of sale in each of those that you transact with that system, but one place the customer's credit card is used or their cash comes into the till that then sells all these things from all your systems. You can bundle things all of a sudden, and you can make it automatic. So a user, a staff member, doesn't have to go and connect all these things together with 8 different screens, right? You could have memberships that have benefits that are automatic across all 6 of those platforms. Data and customer habits all are in one database, your database in the cloud, that we create for you. You can reduce your staff time, and your staff numbers may be spent on manual tasks trying to make all these systems work together. And instead, the staff can enhance the customer fun experience in your venue. And the data is all yours. The customer is all yours. You control all the customer journey in your facility. You're not limited by what the laser tag or the go-kart or the axe throwing or the bowling system does. You decide what they should do inside of your venue.